When it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you on air. But what is true, and I'm actually being serious here, is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory.
Yes, you guys! Former President Obama is all but confirming the existence of UFOs with greater maneuverability and speed than anything that exists in the U.S. military, and he says they must be taken seriously. His comments come days after a Navy fighter pilot revealed airmen have seen unknown aircraft off the Virginia coast every day for 2 years. And this comes ahead of an expected report from the Pentagon on unexplained sightings that one former official says will, quote, shock people. Okay, Juan, I have to start with you because you've been subjected to me talking to you about this for so long. You know I am all in. I love this so much. Even going back to Buzz Aldrin, who said the probability of extraterrestrial life is, quote, almost certain. Everything from naval fighter pilots to Avi Loeb and so many more. Tell me you're into.
Yeah, why not? It's so much fun. You know, I think that Americans love this story. This is a story that could bring us together. I mean, really, I don't care what your politics are. Everybody's interested. Everybody's fascinated by it. If there was ever a reason to build a wall, this is it. I mean, if there was ever a reason to go with,
wow, news alert.
President...
You know they come from space,
yeah,
right?
President Reagan. Remember President Reagan's Star Wars program? There was to defend us against countries that would fire missiles at the USA. Well, we could build now Star Wars to protect us against the aliens. So I'm all in. I agree, Emily. This is fascinating. I don't know how real it is because there's lots of things that could be unidentified that wouldn't be aliens. But boy, would it be fun to meet some.
Oh, yeah. And Jillian, look, I assume they're all friendly. With your Nat security background, now, we know, of course, declassified programs like the Air Force's 1794, they're saucer-shaped, supersonic, but there's so much more. And tell me you think it's real, too.
So what I will say is you don't need me to say anything here. For Americans who have not been paying attention to this issue, Emily, the jig is up. We now have former presidents, former directors of national intelligence, to Republican and Democrat presidents, members of Congress, senior members of Congress saying this is a real threat. Now, what remains to be seen and what nobody can tell us right now is whether these are objects that are believed to be, who's behind them, right? Is it foreign life sources on other planets, or is it just America's adversaries and enemies developing technology faster than we're aware of? We don't know that yet, but as an example of how seriously the government is now taking this, in August, Emily, the Pentagon reacted their UFO task force. They call them UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. So they don't call them UFOs, but this is real.
It is so real. And Kaylee, to Jillian's point, all you have to do is listen to Joe Rogan's podcast with Bob Lazar to know exactly how long the military has been knowing about this and incorporating civilians. So give us your West Wing insider info.
Oh, I don't have any for you. That's too classified. But I do have a few news. I do have a few news alerts. One agreed to building a wall, be it in space potentially.
I know it made no sense, but whatever.
New headline.
News alert number 2. We can never agree on anything from a bipartisan perspective, but you've got Obama and John Ratcliffe, who was Trump's director of national intelligence, coming to a bipartisan consensus on UFOs, much to Emily's excitement. But look, for there being UFOs, we aren't really worried. We should be a little more worried, I think, than Emily is.
We have no idea if they're going to be friendly. I'll just end with this. My mother was convinced when I was in college that I was dating some UFO writers. People who've landed here for other ones.
I love that.
I've been a believer a long time, apparently.
Probably a lot of women, moms have that in common, right, when their daughters date. Okay.